I'm Professor Hazel. Today we're looking at the insane state of things in Japan. They are absolutely overrun with all things Pokemon. In this video, I will be discussing the light history of Pokemon's rise to fame and the real-life impact it has had on the nation's tourism and literal infrastructure, governmental and utility. It's kind of insane. This video is a deeper dive into the Pokemon Local Acts initiative. It details Pokemon's agreement with multiple prefectures. These prefectures actively utilize individual Pokemon mascots to promote their area's genuine culture and history. But first, Pokemon's general history. In another video, or script, depending on when this one comes out, I was discussing the perfect vacation. And as I did so, I realized something. There are 23 Pokemon centers across Japan. 23. That is crazy. Not only that, but the very first video on this channel discusses if a real person could live on nothing but Pikachu merch alone. Not even Pokemon merch, Pikachu merch specifically. The answer is yes. So, being everywhere across the world and being worth nearly double the amount as the Mickey Mouse franchise, you are bound to have some major cultural impact. How did Pokemon get so popular? Red and Green came out in 1996. It wasn't actually very popular in Japan, nor America, for that matter. A really cool thing that happened though was the first ever event Pokemon, Mew. A Japanese children's magazine, the Korokoro Comics, they hosted the legendary Pokemon Offer event. 20 out of a total 78,000 entrants were selected to obtain Mew on their physical cartridges. This made the game skyrocket in popularity, with the games originally being absolutely slept on like a Snorlax. These real-life tie-in and sweepstakes allowed for the Pokemon franchise to get the PR it needed to propel itself. Following the first set of games, it being Japan, of course, they created an awesome manga. Pokemon Adventures is said to be a faithful recreation of the Pokemon world. Satoshi Tajiri said this himself, not only to mention the anime and eventual movies, 28 seasons and 27 movies respectively. Oh wait, how could I forget about the trading card game? The TCG boasts 128 total expansions, with multiple coming out per year usually. A constant influx of product drives new hype and new revenue. The idea of Pokemon is genius. A small creature that you take care of like a pet that you can go on an adventure with. Nearly every kid wants a pet. Not only that, but they decidedly marketed themselves to both children and adults alike. Look at my Pokemon is for Kids video to see more on that. They cast their net wide and brought back an entire ocean of fish. No old rods here, folks. Kawaii culture also has a rich history in Japan, and it's really fascinating. As we can see with many Pokemon designs, they absolutely took this into account when designing Pokemon as a whole, especially Pokemon even your grandma knows. This largely started post-World War II era, where artists began separating themselves from the melancholic art and war imagery and created things that were meant to be cheerful and cute. So this then snowballed into kawaii culture, from clothing aesthetics to art to even handwriting. Pokemon marketing themselves this way also allowed for their exponential growth. Globally, Pokemon's popularity was spearheaded by one thing. Say it with me now. 3, 2, 1, Pokemon Go! Yep, surprise, surprise. Prior to Pokemon Go, there was nothing to scoff at, considering it had already garnered $45 billion in net worth. But hopping from $45 billion to $115 billion is crazy work. Our first look into the Pokemon's foray into the real world, Pokemon Go has allowed the creatures to be seen in everyday life. I remember begging my mom to let me walk around our neighborhood alone to catch some Pokemon. I was 13. She said no. Sad days. But she did let me ask to drive around on rare occasions and catch some Pokemon sometimes. Anyway, over in Japan, Pokemon Go sent shockwaves. It was almost the perfect place. Japan has a multitude of biomes and cityscapes, not to mention cultural and historical landmarks. For natives and tourists alike, this created a new playground of sorts. Pokemon could be found everywhere, and in the dense cities, raids were really popping off. While researching this, I found an insightful paragraph on Yamitsuki blogs. It reads, Pokemon Go in Japan quickly transcended its status as just a game. It became a social activity, with players of all ages gathering to exchange tips, trade Pokemon, and participate in raids together. The game fostered a sense of community, particularly in urban areas where large groups would spontaneously form to take down powerful raid bosses or complete special research tasks. They also mentioned something I hadn't even considered. Pokémon was always about community. The trading mechanic, half the game's purpose, is meant to foster that connection with others. The DS and 3DS, especially the 3DS's Street Pass, rest in peace, already had a big cultural impact on Japanese natives in this regard. Pokémon Go was just a logical next step. As I mentioned in a previous video, or have yet to mention, the Pokémon Go Fest is a yearly thing, and especially with Japan, it is very celebrated. Tourism helps with this immensely, and you could argue most of the conquering of that Pokémon has been through tourists, but we'll get there. The Pokémon Go Fest allows for new places to have attention brought to them, and tourism diverts to these areas due to the massive raids and festivities. Part of the same blog, it reads, "The collaboration between the game and the local authorities demonstrated how Pokémon Go could be used as a tool to promote tourism while offering players unique in-game content," which is also incredibly smart. Tourism brings in trillions of dollars for Japan, and the Pokémon Center is said to make about $3.3 billion a year. I know billions versus trillions is a ton, but if one company is making multiple billions from merch alone, that's kind of nuts. I could not find any info on the brick-and-mortar store specifically, but I feel like it would be safe to say, since there are 23 Pokémon Center stores in Japan, it's a decent enough amount. Also, did I mention that there are 7 in Tokyo alone? This kind of brings us into the real-life infrastructure impact of it all. Pokémon is so popular, it is included in everyday life. There are so many marketed tie-ins that it's within the very governments and literal walls around them. I wanted to use this video as almost a deep dive into the phenomenon of the Pokémon local acts and its website. There are airplanes with Pokémon designs, bullet trains, and even hotel rooms. Multiple vending machines spread across Tokyo and beyond, showcasing Pikachu right on the front. It is so super massively popular that it has even infested the local government. I truthfully think this is quite cool, but also strange, considering it's a cultural takeover. On Pokémon Local Acts website, they say this: Pokémon Local Acts aims to promote Japan's various localities by highlighting their well-known and not so well-known charms. The fun activities and initiatives are designed to bring out the best in partnering prefectures and municipalities and involve the help from ambassadorial Pokémon whose characteristics match those of their respective localities. So essentially, each subsection of Japan has their own chosen mascot to represent them, and they utilize this mascot to promote the natural beauties and history of their prefecture. The rest of this video will be on this topic because I find the idea of this website to be so fascinating. I may create smaller videos on specific prefectures because there is just so much info. Pokémon truly has conquered Japan. Right before I get into it, please like and subscribe if you're enjoying so far. It is super encouraging to see when people enjoy my work or critique it so I can get better. Thank you, and let's get into the good stuff. We'll go down the list in order from right to left, manga style, and many other countries as I'm looking this up. Over 30 countries read right to left. As I read their ambassadors, there will be images of their very own exclusive merch local to that prefecture, along with their specific manhole covers. Yes, manhole covers. How cool. Okinawa. Okinawa Prefecture, surrounded by clear blue waters and is blessed with nature thriving under its subtropical climate, is home to the Yambaru Forest, which has been designated as a Natural World Heritage Site. The culture of Okinawa, nurtured by its unique history, has been passed down through generations to the present day. It can be seen in such mythological sites as Shisa, a guardian creature against evil. With a brave personality that lets Growlithe fearlessly face stronger and larger opponents, the Pokémon perfectly matches the image of Okinawa and is expected to promote the charming prefecture with its fervor for a long time to come. Miyazaki. Appointed in October 2020, Executor is now the support Pokémon of the Miyazaki Prefecture. Also called the sunny spot of Japan, Miyazaki Prefecture is known for its yearly warm climate, and the official prefectural tree happens to be the phoenix palm tree. It is for this reason that Executor, which resembles a palm tree and is also known as the walking jungle, is the perfect match for the role of support Pokémon. Miyazaki Prefecture takes advantage of its warm climate to grow mangoes, yuganatsu, kumquats, cucumbers, green peppers, pumpkins, and other agricultural produce. And going forward, Executor will optimize its synergy with Miyazaki Prefecture to make appearances and really get things rolling. Nagasaki. In June 2024, Ampharos was appointed as the Nagasaki Future Support Pokémon. Surrounded by the sea, with an intricate coastline and many large and small islands, Nagasaki is one of Japan's leading regions in terms of the number of lighthouses. The bright light on the tail of Ampharos, the light Pokémon, can be seen far away, acting as the beacon of the seas. Ampharos, which evokes the image of a lighthouse, is the perfect Pokémon for Nagasaki, a place that has historically welcomed foreign ships and spread their culture throughout Japan. Denderayuba, a folk song widely known in Nagasaki, has the sounds den and ryu, reminiscent of Pokémon Japanese name Denryu. In November 2024, Quagsire was appointed Kochi Support Pokémon. Kochi Prefecture has the highest concentration of forested land in Japan. The verdant forest gives rise to the crystal-clear waters of the Shimanto River, Niyodo River, and many other streams, where one can easily picture Quagsire leisurely swimming. Through various initiatives, Quagsire will help promote the endless charms of Kochi Prefecture, from the seas where the Kuroshio current ebbs and flows, to the mighty mountains, to the unspoilt landscapes of yesteryear. Kagawa. Slowpoke's involvement with Kagawa Prefecture dates back to 2015, but it was in December of 2018 that this Pokémon was officially charged with promoting the prefecture as a member of Team Udon-ken PR. The Pokémon's name, Yadon, sounds similar to udon, the noodle dish that has long been recognized as the prefecture's iconic comfort food. Slowpoke, a Pokémon who is said to summon rain and has a tail that secretes sweet sap from the tip, is a perfect match for the prefecture. With its low precipitation and an institute that researches a substance called rare sugar. Totori. In December 2018, Sandshrew and Alolan Sandshrew were appointed the Totori Furusato Ambassador, put in charge of promoting Totori to prospective visitors from all over the world. They have made their appearances in scenic spots and events. Sandshrew is a desert-dwelling Pokémon, a perfect fit for the prefecture known for its sand dunes. Mie. Appointed in December 2021, Oshawott is now the support Pokémon of Mie Prefecture. The Japanese characters for Mie can also be read Miju, which fits with Oshawott's Japanese name Mijumaru. The yellow seashell Oshawott carries on its stomach, known as Scalchop, calls to mind Mie's bountiful shellfish, including oysters, like the Akoya pearl oyster. This makes Oshawott the perfect Pokémon to represent and support the Mie Prefecture. Going forward, the Mie Prefecture and Oshawott will be working together to showcase the very best of Mie for you to discover. Fukui. On October 23, 2023, Dragonite was appointed as the Fukui support Pokémon. Fukui Prefecture boasts the highest number of new dinosaur fossil discoveries in Japan, and is home to one of the leading dinosaur museums in the world. The Kuzuryu River, flowing through the Raihoku region, serves as a symbol of the prefecture, and there are numerous locations within its basin with names that are associated with dragons. When you think of dragons in Pokémon, dragon type is the first that comes to mind, and that's why Dragonite, a dragon type Pokémon, is the perfect choice to represent Fukui Prefecture. Fukushima. In February 2019, Chansey was appointed the Fukushima support Pokémon. This Pokémon is said to bring happiness, so it echoes the etymology of Fukushima, as Fuku means luck. Just as Chansey's delicious and nutritious eggs are part of its image as an auspicious Pokémon, Fukushima's image is closely tied to its auspicious name and the many variety of fresh produce it offers to residents and visitors. Miyagi. In July 2019, Lapras was appointed the Miyagi support Pokémon, and has been marking appearances at various events. Being the waterborne transport Pokémon, Lapras evokes for many people the perfect image of breezy sails along the prefecture's shores, which suffered extensive damage in the 2011 earthquake. This gentle Pokémon would have loved to boost Miyagi's tourism by doing what it enjoys: ferrying people across oceans. Iwate. Geodude was appointed in May 2019 as the Iwate support Pokémon put in charge of galvanizing support for the prefecture and its reconstruction efforts. Geodude is a rock-type Pokémon, which is one of the 18 elemental types represented in various Pokémon. The prefecture name, Iwate, Rock Palm, is a perfect match for the Pokémon with a boulder body with 2 sturdy arms extending from it. Hokkaido. In October 2018, Alolan Vulpix and Vulpix were appointed as members of the Hokkaido Aficionado Expedition. Why was that so difficult for me? To promote the prefecture for residents and visitors alike. Alolan Vulpix, the white fox Pokémon that lives in snowy mountains, and Vulpix, the beautiful brown-furred fox Pokémon, will work together to promote the beauty and colorful seasons of Hokkaido, one of Japan's snowiest regions. Which one was your favorite? Mine is Mie. The manhole covers in Oshawott itself, I am more than partial to. Some of the absolute best tie-ins across these prefectures includes the Alolan Rokon Snow Miku, the Iwate Geodude song, it played during the Geodude section, this sandwich-wrapped bus, don't you love translations? And the Slowpoke Taxi. If you want to see an even deeper dive on any of these prefectures, let me know. But yeah, I was honestly astonished by the fact that Pokémon is literally working with local governments to facilitate official mascots for each prefecture. Pokémon is so entwined with the Japanese culture, it is being used everywhere as a marketing device, even to entice tourists to enjoy more cultural and historical landmarks. Thanks guys, and keep training.